Welcome into Pittsburgh Steelers Talk by Chat Sports. I am Tom Downey. Today's video is a look at some notable early training camp takeaways for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Some good, some bad, and some injury stuff as well. Before that, though, the July like race is not going our way here on Steelers Talk. We are down by, we'll call it 400, give or take a couple of likes there, to our Browns channel. Yes, that is the channel run by that hater and loser Matthew Peterson. Let's not let Petey win. Come on, he doesn't need a win in his life anyway. Help us out by liking today's video, the last one of the month of July, right now. All right, into some training camp takeaways. First up is the George Pickens hype train continues to move forward for the Steelers. We've got the early training camp photo picture play of camp. The incredible grab right here by Pickens, contorting that body, catching it backwards, almost parallel to the ground. Absolutely incredible grab. Of course, it's not just been that play for George Pickens. It's the fact that with Diontae Johnson holding in, more on that in a little bit, he's been getting work as a starter and has looked damn good in the process. Pickens' tools are absolutely there. I thought he should have been drafted before where the Steelers were able to get him, so good luck for them. It is a matter of putting it all together, and as excited as I am about George Pickens in year one, I also do want to set expectations properly. A second-round pick, if you even approach 1,000 yards, we should all be over the moon with that selection. Now, you're also going to use Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, maybe some Calvin Austin, etc., but I think those big three are going to be your key guys early on, Johnson, Claypool, and Pickens. But I am very excited about Pickens' present and future as a member of the Steelers organization. So what do you think? Will Pickens end up as the best wide receiver from this year's draft class? Y for yes or N for no. Over now to Mason Rudolph. Could he be starting? Well, the Steelers are at least giving him an open door, an open possibility, despite some maybe not the way things felt that was going to go in minicamp and OTAs, etc. Here's what Matt Canada, the OC, said about Mason Rudolph. Mason has made a lot of plays at times. He's played very well at times for us. He's got a great shot at it, meaning starting. He's being treated that way. He has a history with our plays, with our system. His history with our plays with our system is a positive for him. Here's what Andrew Filipponi on 93.7 The Fan said, early interview with Ramon Foster. Former Steeler and damn good talk show host Ramon Foster, the legendary Steelers guard, of course, weighing in on the Steelers quarterback competition. Mason Rudolph is a damn good quarterback who needs a shot. I will be positive and optimistic around Mason Rudolph here because we've been pretty negative in the past, and we'll leave it up to you, the people, because I still think Trubisky wins the job, and Pickett is, of course, your long-term guy. But where do you stand with Mason Rudolph? Wow, Jeremy being mean with that third option. S for starter, B for he's a backup, that's where I personally am, or W for he's washed and terrible. I'm in the middle for backup. But I want to hear from you guys, S, B, or W. This is the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and type in your votes. Let's move then to Kenny Pickett, the other quarterback, beyond the assumed starter in Trubisky, the other veteran in Rudolph, and then the first-round pick in Pickett, who I think is kind of trending towards maybe not making a huge impact early on. Here's what Steelers Wire noted being at practices, or training camp practices. But there is something else to consider that is rather puzzling. The Steelers have run, quote-unquote, the seven shots, part of their goal line stuff, twice so far at practice. But the only quarterbacks who have taken any reps in 7 shots so far are Mason Rudolph and Mitch Trubisky. First-round rookie Kenny Pickett has gotten 0 snaps. These Steelers are not rushing Pickett along, despite being a more polished and proven quarterback in college, to say a Malik Willis from last year's class. They're clearly going to take their time. I still think at some point this year, we see Kenny Pickett on the field. But if the Steelers are getting good play out of Mitch Trubisky or Mason Rudolph, they will not make an immediate switch over to the franchise quarterback of the future. Make no mistake, that's what he needs to be for this organization. He was a first-round pick. I don't think it's a, wow, Pickett looks terrible, that's why he's with the threes right now. I don't think that's why. I think it is a, We want to get the starting quarterback gig established, let Trubisky and Rudolph kind of sort of battle it out. Then you might see more reps for Pickett. By the way, we will see all of Kenny Pickett in the preseason. He's going to play a ton, I think, for this team. Now, if you're on board the Pickett franchise quarterback train, snag his jersey. It's available now from our friends over at Fanatics. Chatsports.com/Pickett. I'll put that link in the comments section, and it will be in the description of today's video. You got him in the black jersey, the white jersey. Support your favorite team and their new franchise QB with a Pickett jersey. It's chatsports.com/Pickett. Let's talk Diontae Johnson holding. Now, kind of some of the more negative things, I think. Johnson is not, well, first off, describing what a hold-in is, right? It is the new way of holding out to get a new contract because the new NFL CBA, back when it was ratified, has substantial penalties for players who hold out altogether of camp. So holding in is showing up, you're there, but maybe you're only on the stationary bike. You gotta, your hamstring's a little tight that day. And in general, the players and teams kind of work around it because you don't want to upset the player, you don't want the team mad at you. It's a delicate balancing act. Johnson's holding in because he wants a fat new contract. DK Metcalf is the latest among the receivers to get the bag, a 3-year, $72 million extension with some very significant guaranteed monies. Now, I don't think that Johnson's going to command Metcalf money. That's too much to pay him. But you could attempt a 3-year deal and go shorter. Now, the negatives to going shorter are you have less flexibility with how you space out the life of the contract, because in general, the longer you go on a contract's life, the more per year you pay them, because you can backload the deal, and frequently players don't even get that fourth or fifth year of that contract. Shorter years, you get a typically higher percentage of the money guaranteed, and it limits your flexibility. But Johnson's on a cheap deal right now for his rookie contract. It does make it possible. Johnson's not going to miss any time in the games that matter. This is a hold-in, not a hold-out after all. But I'm still unconvinced a deal gets done, although Pittsburgh has been more aggressive with earlier extensions with the new regime based on the one example we have of Minkah Fitzpatrick. So predict this for me. How many more seasons will Diontae Johnson be a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? How long? Get your answers in for me in the comments section. Before we go, some quick injury updates and notes on the Steelers. Nothing too concerning here, but we will hit them. First up is Chase Claypool, the current number 1 with Johnson holding out. Claypool is above Pickens for now. So, a shoulder injury earlier in the week. Day-to-day is the term there. Yeah, maybe we don't see him in the first preseason game. It is only the end of July. Teams are going to be ultra cautious with injuries. They're not going to try to push through it because it's not even August yet. Why bother from that standpoint? So, sounds minor, but worth monitoring. So, too, did Pat Freiermuth get injured. A hamstring injury there. Also worth keeping an eye out for. The soft tissue stuff tends to worry me. That can linger more than you'd like, so you might see Freiermuth get shut down maybe just a little bit longer. Zach Gentry getting the run as the backup tight end while Freiermuth's a bit banged up. There's also Marcus Allen. Now, this one is important for him because he's fighting for his life at the back end of the roster as that linebacker, kind of, sort of, but not really safety, and also special teams hybrid player. That's a significant factor right now. They need to get Marcus Allen healthy sooner rather than later if he wants to make the team. He's got a hamstring injury as well. Also, this is not really an injury, more of I'm going to call it the ramp-up acclimation period. Larry Ogunjobi has not been doing much. He also was coming off the foot injury last year that flunked his physical in Chicago. He probably needs some time to acclimate to the Steelers' defense and scheme. So not panicking there, just kind of a cautious, slow play approach at this point with Larry Ogunjobi. You're a real one if you made it to the end of today's video. A big thank you to all our Steelers fans who are watching all of our shows, commenting, and of course who are subscribed to our Pittsburgh Steelers Talk YouTube channel. If you made it to the end, I'll have producer Jeremy show you some love in the comments. Type in "Here we go."